Hello fellow astrophotographers and welcome back to the channel. After all the preparation from the previous video, it was finally time to put the entire solar imaging setup to real test. We spent 1 week in Spain. My wife and kids, a good friend of mine with his 3 kids, and of course quite a lot of astrophotography gear. The first small victory was simply arriving safely with everything intact. All of the equipment survived the flight without any problems, so at that point things were looking very promising. But nature had other plans. On our very first day, while staying at beautiful little town of Alcalá del Júcar, we were hit by a very strong supercell. The storm brought enormous hail, with some hailstones reaching around 10 centimeters in size. Our rental car ended up with quite a few dents and a cracked windshield, but my colleague's car was even less fortunate. Its rear window was completely shattered. That was a serious problem because our planned eclipse observing location was almost 4 hours away. We immediately started looking for a replacement rental car, but with huge numbers of visitors arriving in Spain for the eclipse, there was simply nothing available in time. Luckily, we managed to patch the broken rear window well enough to make the car usable, at least at lower speeds. After that unexpected adventure, we continued with the final preparations. We had a quick evening test with the Seestar S30, which I brought along so the kids could also record the eclipse themselves. We also took a day off and relaxed by visiting the castle overlooking the town and cooled down at a nearby swimming pool before the main event. In the morning of the eclipse day, we finally departed towards our observing location. I was actually expecting much bigger crowds, but the place we selected was an abandoned campsite and there were only around 20 other people there besides us. That gave us plenty of space and made the whole experience much more relaxed. We waited in the shade for most of the afternoon, and about an hour before the first contact I started setting up the equipment. Unfortunately, with the exception of some manual focusing issues with Ascar FMA 230, everything went exactly according to plan. For safe observing, everyone had proper eclipse glasses, and we also followed the announcements from the Solar Eclipse Timer app, so we always knew what was coming next.
I'm not part of Deep Sky Dead. Just team support.
Dasz małczale, to nie tylko.
Сейчас пробую. Вижте, гледайте! Зараз самі гад.
Since this was our first total solar eclipse, none of us really knew what exactly to expect. When the last part of the bright solar surface disappeared, everyone started cheering. The experience was genuinely surreal. What surprised us the most was just how clearly the solar corona was visible with the naked eye. Photographs really don't prepare you for what it looks like in person. Seeing that huge delicate structure around a completely dark sun was absolutely stunning. The kids immediately decided that we have to do this again next year, especially because the 2027 eclipse will give us considerably more time in totality. And of course, I was also very happy the equipment had done its job and we successfully captured the eclipse in both white light and H-alpha. We spent the rest of the week doing some sightseeing around Valencia, and for anyone traveling there with a family, I can definitely recommend visiting Biopark and Oceanographic. There is plenty to see for both kids and adults, from hippos and other wildlife to the enormous aquariums, marine animals and dolphin show. At that point we thought all the excitement was finally behind us, which was not the case. At the airport on our way back home, security and the police pulled me aside because of one particular piece of equipment in my checked-in luggage, the ZWO AM3N harmonic mount head. Now, to be fair, if you don't know what it is, it probably does look a rather unusual piece of machinery on the X-ray. The language barrier didn't make things any easier because I don't speak Spanish, so explaining its purpose was a little challenging. Eventually I pulled out some photos from the eclipse day and showed them how the mount head was used with the telescope. That worked, and once they understood what it was, I got the green light and could board the airplane. And with that, our rather eventful week in Spain came to an end. It turned out to be an excellent experience and also a very good full-scale test for future eclipses. Despite the storm, damage to the cars, long drives and airplane security adventures, the astrophotography equipment performed as expected. Our Deep Sky Dead gear helped automate the setup and allowed me to successfully capture the eclipse in both white light and H-alpha, while still giving me enough freedom to actually experience the totality together with my family. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the setup, eclipse imaging or our experience in Spain, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And if you need any customization for next year's eclipse, like for example white light filter tailored for your lenses, let me know. Stay tuned and as always, clear skies!